Welcome back, ladies and gents. Apologies for the pretty lengthy delay, but we do now have HellRaisers and Flipside on the server on train in this best of three in the semi-finals of the tour qualifiers. Again, one team from Europe and one team from NA, which will be played out later this evening. We'll go through to face off against, well, a pretty stacked tournament. But here we go. Flipside on the T side, and it's going to be Waylander breaking the deadlock with an insta-headshot onto Dead Fox. Opening Ivy. Nicely, but Sticko comes back with one of his own, and Waylander, well, he's going to feel the pinch of that one.
Yes, Angel just kind of holds aggressive positioning here in Brown Halls. Just kind of keeping his eye for information on what the terrorists are planning on doing here. So I'll certainly kind of give him the nod. He will actually spot roll. That actually gets the headshot frag as well. So not only does he, keep an eye on things, but he's also able to get a man advantage for his team at the same time. So almost as good as it gets. As I'm Dust, by the way. Brilliant. Good job, Metis.
Well, you have to be met.
Who's this other random voice that seems to be filling the air?
Yeah, we are going to be maybe parting ways, though, as you have other obligations
I do.
to go to after this one. But either way, let's stick on board with this one. Sticko is going to land the headshot onto Markelov, getting himself a second kill. It's gone down to the dying embers of the round. There's going to be Electronic with the bomb in hand, who is making a move over on the green train. He knows Zero's up in heaven, but it's more Angel that could be the issue. Manages to back off just in the nick of time as Angel's about to peek him. He's going to spot the shoulder and lands the headshot, going into Zero now, but he is going to trip over the last hurdle, and HellRaisers take the first pistol.
Indeed, they do. Really just great work around the periphery of the map from HellRaisers, getting to pick down Ivy, Angel being able to do some good work in the Brown Halls to get a kill, get information. So just well played by HellRaisers across the board. And again, HellRaisers have actually been really catching a lot of people's attention online lately. I mean, they qualified for Star Ladder over Envious. They obviously qualified for Austin as well, beating teams like Vega Squadron and such along the way to be able to get that land spot. So they've certainly been getting the qualification portion of things done. Meanwhile, Flipside have had a tougher time ever since they won DreamHack Leipzig. Really, that was kind of like the high mark of things, and it's kind of gone downhill since, it feels like.
They definitely looked good against Vega Squadron previously, but yeah, they have certainly had their issues, and HellRaisers, I think it's safe to say, are a step up from Vega Squadron.
It also feels like whoever wins this is likely going to qualify. It feels like this is the stronger end of the bracket, but you never know.
That is a good point. Seems stacked. I mean, to be honest, when I heard which teams were taking part today, I would have thought this would be the finals between HellRaisers and Flipside. Kind of unfortunate they meet each other at this stage as opposed to finals.
Yeah. I mean, Tricked is a team that always has been interesting online, but I feel like a lot of their talent's been kind of taken away lately, mostly thanks to Heroic. They've been kind of taken. Every time Trick gets a nice couple of pieces of talent, they wind up shipping off in that Danish scene, so. But we'll see. There's already a kill here from Angel in this round to even it up, and a 4-on-4. Just upgraded pistols for Flipside. No armor, no utilities. So just going to rely on these Deagles to do the work.
And well, Angel is cleaning house. All by himself on the B side. Already picked up 4 kills. And Electronic is going to make a move towards the B side himself. 20 seconds left. The bomb is down on the site. And he is going to land the one-tap onto Electronic. Let's see how many kills he can get from this. I was going to say how much economic damage he can inflict. The answer is not too much more. And that is going to be Flipside into an eco, although they do have some options. I mean, Electronic could potentially pick up a Deagle or maybe Techno and Armor, something like that, to get a bit of a power spike. But no, they're going to go for a buy. Okay, so they're going all in on this round. It is going to be an AK in Electronic's hands, and he was an absolute monster earlier on for Flipside.
So see if they can try to make something happen with what they've been able to buy up here. Kind of crazy the force buy comes now, but they've been able to get a couple of kills, and that means they're going to get umps in their hands, as well as with Hamas and Markelovs. And Electronic, of course, is the one with the AK. He's already got a kill on the board. We know how much of a monster he was in the last best of 3. Just in general for this team, he's been great this year. He's kind of the guy they need to get going to have a chance against HellRaisers, it feels like. And so far, he's delivering alongside Markelov. This bomb is going to go down, and Zero's alone in a 1v5, and as quickly as this round started, it's already over.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there was an element of being caught by surprise by this buy in the first place. You don't really expect Flipside to go for it, but I can definitely say, there's a lot of props going the way of Blade. It's not typically a strat you expect to see Flipside pull off. but it has worked wonders for them. They catch HellRaisers with their pants down. They're going to be able to pick up this round. The Zero last player left is going to do a bit of damage on his way out. But he's just delaying the inevitable. Edit will lay him to rest. And Flipside have brought back one round. And now HellRaisers, it's their turn to feel the pinch. No one is super low, so they may think about just ecoing in this one. If a couple players like 1400, you expect them to maybe go for the force and try and break back the economy. But with that kind of funds, I don't really see a point.
Yeah, that definitely was a buy that kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really seeing Flipside doing that. It seemed like they were, you know, with that light buy in the second round, they would just wait. And so, yeah, I think you're right. I think HellRaisers was not anticipating that. As we are going to see Flipside reap the benefits of pulling the wool over HellRaisers' eyes, so to speak, and they'll be able to have a nice, comfortable buy in this round. Meanwhile, HellRaisers just on some pistols. Got the one deagle on Sticko, but otherwise they're fairly light in what they have to work with. Trying to stack the outer bomb site, do a little bit of a dice roll, which, fair play. Only probably your best chance at winning a round like this one, but unfortunately, they will have guessed wrong as that bomb is making its way into a very empty inner bomb site for the plant, and not much HellRaisers are going to be able to do.
Yeah, and I like the Flipside go to B. There are so many different angles and even different levels in terms of Heaven and on top of the trains themselves that you have to be very cognizant of as the T side pushing in. So I like they go for B, much closer in the angles, easier to fend off an eco. And now there was actually a team kill. Angel cracks Dead Fox, which is kind of awkward. But the end result is going to be the same. The round will go the way of Flipside. Sticko is going to put out Blade in the meanwhile, but Flipside take the 2-2, and here comes a bye.
Yeah, so HellRaisers, after that save, will be able to put a buy together, but it's not the best, to be honest. I mean, this is a map where you definitely want ops, and they're going for a lot of FAMAS. FAMAS or FAMASes? That's the real debate, man. That's the question, that's the important one, the one that the people really want to know about. I've always said FAMAS, just like 3 FAMAS.
Yeah, it's... I think I've
pretty
always
good, right?
gone for FAMASes, but yeah, I can see FAMAS being the way forward. It's a hard
What about
one, right?
FAMI? You know what I mean? Like cactus,
Maybe.
cacti, FAMI, you know?
Maybe that's up to chat. Like, you guys tell us. Well, what would you go for? FAMAS, FAMASes, FAMI? We'll see. Let
Or
the
if it's
people have their
English,
say.
of course, you know, you have geese instead of goose, or is it like FAMIS? I don't even know what I was doing with that one. Really took that one to the boundaries, I feel like.
See, chat's not helping, because they're, like, split down the middle as well.
I think llamas is probably the best one to go with, like 3 llamas. Well, no, that doesn't make sense either, does it? No, it's just, that's a tough one. It's a big debate.
We'll go on to the end of time. Either way, Electronic is going to be pushing in with his AK on the Ivy side. Just Dead Fox laying in the way, who did have the opportunity to pick up an AWP, by the way. He was over 5k. It would have put him at a glass cannon, so he goes for the M4 instead. The guy you expect to be AWPing later on, especially maps like Train, where the AWP can have such a huge pivotal role. The terrorists are funneling their way onto the B side. This is all a ruse through an Ivy, and it has made a couple of these players bite down hard onto staying on the A side and making sure they defend this. But in the meanwhile, the bomb is about to get planted. Fair play to Zero, though. He does get a kill for his troubles and stays alive, so he really does give a huge platform on which HellRaisers can retake this site. And with Bondic coming from behind, if he can land himself a frag, then this is well and truly back on. He's done just that. Now Blade's in a horrible spot as his teammates have crumbled around him. They know the last player was last seen around Ivy, and it will be a comfortable defuse, even without a kit. HellRaisers will take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, it's always tough whenever the site folds like that, because then Electronic basically has no stake in the round. Like, he's way out of position to really have an impact. And while that lurk could have been great if, you know, a couple of kills goes his team's way and he can really kind of get behind people and catch them off guard, but since it didn't, yeah, he just couldn't have an impact in the round. Well played by HellRaisers. Even with the FAMAS, they're able to get the job done. And so it will be 3-2. And again, we were talking about how on Cash it was cool to see Electronic more aggressive, more assertive, kind of more a part of getting an opening space. But on this map, he still seems to be kind of playing the periphery a little bit. At least on that round, he was playing Ivy solo. So I'm kind of wondering if it's map dependent, or if they're kind of slowly phasing him into a new role, or if that was just a one-off thing. We will see him more assertive in later rounds. But it's kind of always curious how, you know, things develop over time and what the mindset is here for Flipside. They're looking to do this outer bomb side pretty quickly, actually.
Well, there's that man, the key man, the integral part that has gone down first. This Talisman will be knocked down a peg or two. 3 on 3. Well, then it is going to get the pick onto Dead Fox. Goes out into the open on Ivy. Now 2 remaining players up in the connector side and looking for the boost. But Wayland is way ahead of them. He's read the script. He's a couple of sheets ahead. Easy pickings. And Angel has to just try and save his AK. Try and make sure no one pushes around the back of him. He doesn't have a kit. I think originally he may have even thought about trying to get some ninja shenanigans on their way, but without a kit, that's pretty much dead and buried. So it looks like Flipside will tie us back up again at 3 apiece.
Yeah, again, so a fairly hotly contested game thus far. Both teams, of course, hailing from the CIS region. Trying to battle it out here. Again, HellRaisers has had kind of the better time lately, but Flipside looking to challenge them well on a map like this one, where I would say this is probably more towards the weaker end of HellRaisers' map pool, to be honest.
And this is one of Flipside's go-to maps as well, so you do expect them to pick this one up.
Definitely their most played, but their record is kind of hit or miss. But certainly the comfort's there is the point, right? You know, they put a lot of time on it, so they definitely know how they want to approach it. Meanwhile, HellRaisers, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that they had another band they liked, this would, if they got a second band, it'd probably be this one, you know.
Mirage after this, you'd probably fancy HellRaisers to lock that one down. Have to wait and see though, of course. Flipside performed very well against Vega earlier. The only weapon that HellRaisers have into this, or primary, is the AK on Angel, and he is able to spray down and get the headshot onto Markloff, but feels like a bit of a drop in the bucket at this stage. Flipside will be aggressing back in turn. Electronic, you can see how confident he is and how well he's playing. He's just constantly straight through into Ivy, trying to get up into the face. Wayland with the cheeky ladder shot onto Bondic, looking for a second, does transfer. Sticko goes tumbling off the train. And now it's Electronic's turn to step up and deliver. Zero spots Blade. Unfortunately, though, he does shoot out and gives his position away. It's only a matter of time before he will join the rest of his team 6 foot under. There we have it. The Undertaker of Blade will dispatch him 4-3. Flipside take the lead.
And the economy for HellRaisers is now in a really rough spot, right? They've already been reset twice in this half. And now you can see the repercussions of that. They're going into another round where they're just going to have a lot of FAMAS in play. That ump on 0. And again, in a map where you'd love to have ops, I don't think they've only had one. No, they haven't had one at all, I don't think, this game. Dead Fox has yet to be able to get his hands on one. So this is well played by Flipside thus far, really limiting HellRaisers' options. And, you know, getting a solid lead early on in this half. Now they're going to go for a triple Ivy setup. So slowing it down, looking to give World Ed a chance to find a pick here. It's a lot of nade damage to Dead Fox.
Yeah, who still hasn't been able to get his hands on really any sniper rifles and has had minimal input and impact on this game. He's 0 and 6.
Oh,
and he's
wow.
gone down for his 7th death. And this is really important for HellRaisers. They need to get Dead Fox in the game. Especially on train. You're looking at your Opus to get so much done. Even if they're not getting frags, just to have input on the map. Have some impact. Now Markloff comes through with one. He's going to get traded up by Sticker, who goes down instantly afterwards. Bondic is an important kill. He does land it. Gives him a glimmer of hope into this round for HellRaisers. His economy is on a razor's edge. The bomb was dropped towards the spawn, and maybe this is their gateway back in. Bondic will take down the bomb on the stairs, and this is a horrible spot for the terrorists. They have 40 seconds, so at least time itself isn't going to be against them for too much longer. But Bondic has an incendiary out, and Zero has one too, so they can actually stack this on the site. He surely heard the burn as a player pushed in and picked up the bomb, which will be Electronic. It seems like it was just a ruse to waste a bit more time. Now the 2 CTs will be coming down into Pop Dog, into the embracing arms of World Edit and Electronic. The smoke in their eyes, they can't see anything, but if World Edit gets pushed here, it could be a frag going away, but instead World Edit will no-scope Bondic point-blank range before Zero gets a 1v2 clutch. What a mad round that was, but somehow HellRaisers come out ahead.
That was a crazy round. I mean, you look at how that started. I mean, World Edit just hits that sliver shot on Dead Fox, jiggle peeking Ivy. Such a hard shot to hit, and things are looking great for Flipside. They're opening up Ivy. They're getting some good trades to the outer bomb site, but then, lo and behold, the bomb gets down in an awful position, and then everything kind of tilts into HellRaisers' favor. But then right there at the end, you saw a brilliant shot from World Edit, and it looked like they might be able to play themselves out of it, but to no avail. It is HellRaisers who are going to tie this thing up now. And it's important that they win this one too, because if they get their economy reset a third time this early in the game, you're starting to get close to double save territory. You're probably never going to be able to win the half at that point, so your rounds are going to be limited going into the second half. So while that's a big round win, they are definitely still kind of in dire straits, all things considered.
Absolutely. They are still in quite a sketchy position. Flipside aren't in a hugely beneficial position though themselves. I mean, they have a couple of players in 2K, the rest of them are fairly low. So both teams in a fulcrum point. This could be the moment where one team starts to pull away with it. Well, it gets the opening pick. And this is what's been sorely lacking for HellRaisers. They haven't had any AWP pick so far. Dead Fox does have an AWP in his hands, but he's already down at 60 and has been forced out of position. He's going to miss that shot onto Blade, who's jumping back and forth. The flashbang once again forces Dead Fox into relocating. He's giving up so much ground in the process. Now Sticko's there watching Ivy up on the boxes, but just a FAMAS and one flashbang could end his life. So HellRaisers on a very precarious position.
Yeah, I mean, you're spreading your defense thin. You know that the pressure's on because you don't want your money reset once more. Barkalov, you know, maintaining presence at Ivy. That's going to keep the outer players honest, that they still have to worry about that. Meanwhile, you do have the double inner set up, and it's getting late on the clock. It is Flipside tactics we're working with here, and this counter Molotov could really set them back. But they do have a smoke distinction if they want to. Meanwhile, Markalov continue to put pressure at Ivy. That means there's no rotate from Dead Fox. This could get really dangerous now.
Fortunately for HellRaisers, though, Angel and Zero are going to come in with kills. Zero with the second one. The bomb's been dropped. 8 seconds left. Electronic needs to get some entries, and he's going to get one, but no more. 1v1. 3 seconds to go. That Molotov is going to be burning the toes of Angel. He can feel the heat, but he's still alive. He will go down, but HellRaisers take the round. The problem here, though, Dust, is even though they win the round, they lost all their players. That's like 5 replenished weapons, leaving them with nothing left.
So they're basically still at that situation where the hard reset forces a double save, and then Flipside just takes the lead right back, probably, if that's the case. So, like you said, yeah, you survive, you weather the storm, but there's still that risk factor lying out there that you have to be wary of. And look at Flipside changing the pace. Look at how fast Markalov gets off in the Olaf, and he's able to get the entry, and there's Electronic. Good for another.
Man, I love this. I've been saying forever that Flipside needs to be able to change gears like this. Now, it's great to see. Maybe Electronic was the difference maker. They needed him to be this entry king. Markalov also being freed up to just push through, and there's not really much to talk about in this round. Flipside have decimated HellRaisers.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Flipside's always been one of those teams that's kind of stuck to their roots of being really slow in default, like an old school Navi when Zeus used to be the in-game leader, or even what Zeus is kind of doing with Gambit, to be honest. I mean, that's still a really big part of things for these teams, but it always felt like Flipside was the most extreme when it came to playing really slow. You know, even Navi at times under Zeus were able to really change the pace at times, particularly, I would say, like, ever since MLG Columbus moving forward, they really added a lot of faster pace play to their team. Meanwhile, Flipside always seemed to be kind of hanging back, like sticking to the past. But yeah, certainly we're seeing some pacing changes here by Flipside a little bit more lately, and maybe Electronic is the catalyst for that, because he has been seeing kind of a role swap on this team over the last couple of months. At least I think so. I mean, I haven't watched them so much since I saw them at Leipzig a couple of months ago, but definitely at Leipzig, Electronic was still very much kind of a lurker for this team. So definitely it has to have been somewhat recent, at least, that we've seen him kind of really put that rifle skill to work in a different way. And I think that was big for Flipside. Like, if they really want to build something with this team, obviously World Edit with the op is a key piece, but Electronic really is the other one. You got to figure out how to get the most out of him, and then hope he doesn't get sniped. Like, you know, that's the other thing. Like, I feel like the Electronic poaching could definitely be very real. Not sure who it would be, but I'm sure people are interested. If they ever felt they needed to make a change, he'd probably be a candidate.
Yeah, I think he'd definitely be up there as quite a young guy. Only issue maybe his experience in terms of lands that he's been to or not been to, as the case may be. But You know, Flipside's, they've had a bit of a rough time lately. If they can turn it around, if maybe Electronic switching to more of an entry role is the catalyst for their comeback, then yeah, I mean, they could start to qualify for more events. Obviously, they're still in the running to qualify for Tour. They'll be against some great teams. That'll be a great test for Electronic, see what he's made of on LAN. Who knows? That's if they can beat HellRaisers.
He definitely looked sick at Leipzig when they won that event. He was the clear MVP for that tournament. And I will say that he got very quickly thrusted into playing in a major, you know, at the previous one. You know, that really was his first foray into an event of that level. And he's only had, in general, like with this Flipside team, like 4 LANs under his belt. And a lot of them have been kind of more smaller regional LANs in the CIS region. Like the only time he's really ever traveled abroad has been some of these DreamHack events, like DreamHack winter last year, then Leipzig this year, then obviously the major itself. So yeah, this is definitely, like, I know a lot of people had their eyes on Mir from Vega Squadron, for example, as maybe like kind of keeping an eye on upcoming talent from that region. But Electronic's definitely the other guy. You know, there's no doubt about it. In fact, I think he shows more promise than anyone on Vega Squadron.
Well, I mean, the way he's been playing today, turning a lot of heads, I'm sure. It's been significantly better than everyone else on Cash in particular. I mean, his performance on Cash was nuts. Oh, what did he finish on? 31 kills, I think, and it was 16-7 in the end.
Yep.
That's just nuts in terms of stats.
Meanwhile, you got the polar opposite here, where a dead fox makes for a good knock-knock joke. Do you know that knock-knock joke?
Enlighten us.
Have you not? No, just tell me if you've heard it, because I don't want you to play stupid just so I do it. Like, have you heard the knock-knock joke?
No, which one? I don't
the
think
Owen? The Owen one?
No.
Knock-knock?
Who's there?
Owen?
Owen who?
Owen 9?
Be right back.
What do you mean, be right back? Like, is that just like the next level of throwing me under the bus? Just like letting me rot and die?
No, that would be a door slammed in your face.
Have you never seen that? Have you never heard that?
I actually haven't.
Wow, that is like really, really old and just bad. Probably why you haven't heard it, because any caster worth their salt would have never actually brought that into a broadcast that you've worked with before. But that's what I'm here for.
Keeping it classy.
No offense. I mean, he's just having a tough game. Generally, he's been quite good for HellRaisers, in fact. Actually, a nice guy, too. I talked to him very briefly because I was asking him about a particular smoke that his team uses on Cobblestone. I want to get more information about it. And I actually was talking to himself and Sticko while they were at their boot camp. And, yeah, very nice guy. And, again, generally plays pretty well. He's just having an off game right now. And I think the economy has really been the worst part of it. He hasn't really had a chance to have the op many times. I think he's only had it once. So...
yeah, he has only had it once, due to the fact that I mean, it's been back and forth, which will always hurt the CTs, and especially AWPers. Right. And he's been playing Ivy, which is a rough position when you don't have weapons, you know? And especially it seeming as Electronic has mainly been playing Ivy so far. Just coming through the smokes, the flashes. I can see why Dead Fox is 0-9, but obviously it's going to start to play in the back of his head. I'm not sure what this pause is about. I assume due to the length, it's going to be a technical issue.
Yeah, you would think so. Not much to talk about for HellRaisers. We broke. Let me buy this Zeus and hope for the best. Wonder where Bonnet's going to put that Zeus. I think ladder room's probably a good place. Maybe it's hide and Ivy. Hope they walk by you. Maybe up close on the inner ramp. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a few different places you could hide around a box and maybe get a cheeky little frag with it. That's all it's really meant for. There's also hardly anything more triggering than getting Zeus in this game. Maybe getting knifed in the back.
They have 3 Zeuses, dude. Like, what?
Yeah, getting Zeus is definitely, like, up there on the tilt-o-meter.
Well, Bondic's not going to get to use his. Now it's up to Zero and Sticko to try and tilt Flipside. They had a HE as well, and a Deagle. HE was tossed out by Dead Fox. Still a Deagle for Angel. And the bomb has been planted on B in the next few moments. Zero is still up in box halls, though. It's remaining close. Does land the Zeus, but it's not enough to make Blade ride the lightning. Instead, it's going to be Sticko's turn to try and make somebody...
I appreciate the Metallica reference.
You've always got to Crowbar, Metallica in wherever you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that your favorite band?
I'd say, yeah.
Top 5?
Consistently, they've been a big band for me.
Indeed. Definitely the latest album was actually a good one.
Back to their roots, yeah. Some of them 6 songs.
Absolutely.
And another Zeus round. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't seen this before, or not, at least not for a long time. So I guess this just goes to show that they're prioritizing their AWP. They're basically saying, okay, we'll tap out for 2 rounds, we'll give ourselves some chances at kills, but by and large,
maybe even double op at this point.
Yep, wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Sticko's going to get that on the noggin. Markelov will finish off what he started. There's the Zeus! To the kneecaps. That's how electricity works. Get wrecked. And Zero could have the drop on Electronic, and he doesn't whiff it. So, out of nowhere, this round actually is now doable for HellRaisers.
Certainly. I mean, they were able to collect they have the M4 here on Bondic. They have 3-on-3. The bomb, oh my goodness, is Bondic going to be able to get around this bomb? That could be big. Oh no, it's going to kind of run right past him. But he still has a chance to be a big factor in this round on this flank. The timing may really catch off Flipside.
This would be a brutal round for HellRaisers to win. And they're actually moving one step closer. Angel with a headshot, leaving World Edit. His back turned to Angel. Whiffing a whole bunch of bullets. It's Clown Fiesta stuff here. Both teams completely whiffing on their trade. And now, in a position where you think HellRaisers have got it, World Edit probably has the advantage. There's no Kevlar. Onto Zero. The bomb is planted. He's forced into a scenario where he has to retake. And that smoke actually is going to help World Edit more than anything else.
Okay.
Right, brilliant. Why not?
Really a stretch that you're going to do much with that from there. I think that was just the frustration of the Counter-Strike that we were watching there for a little bit. But nonetheless, Flipside still do pull it out in the end. So they're up 7-5. And all that saving up leads to this moment here. And there's still no op in play.
What? I thought that's why they double E-code for the AWP.
I mean, I guess they really just wanted to make sure they had the utility.
Oh, fair enough, I guess. I just feel like HellRaisers in these similar rounds, it hasn't really worked out for them. I thought maybe the AWP was the way forward, but maybe that also just goes to show that Dead Fox doesn't have the confidence with the AWP right now on train. Might just be thinking, just give me the M4 instead, guys. You know, I got counted completely when I used the AWP last time. He got flashed and naded 3 or 4 times out of position.
And we'll see how it plays out here as, again, all slow from Flipside, getting back to their roots now. They have a nice, comfortable position inside this half thus far. We are going to see Markelov just trying to spot things out over there towards the Ivy. Meanwhile, you do have Electronic and Waylander just holding for any type of aggression inside the Brown Halls. So playing it about as default as it gets. Eventually do see a little bit of utility being spent outside. So maybe they're going to try to split outer 3 ways, I guess. Maybe 2 ladder, Blade out, T-Con, World Edit, Markelov through Ivy. Seems to be the case.
You see Dead Fox's position is so tenuous, though. He has multiple angles that he has to watch. He's watching Ivy, main, E-box. Someone needs to give him a hand here. He is still going to get a kill. Molotov was being thrown out from Ivy, so it stopped Markelov from being avenged. Now Bondic comes in for a kill. Electronic nearly gets a double. Dead Fox is very low. He does pack a punch, this Electronic. And there is, well, a 3-man firing squad that goes into effect. Sticko tagging up Angel. He gets finished off by Blade. Just 8 seconds left. Blade, little to no hope. Down he will go. So HellRaisers do pick up a 6th round, but it wasn't necessarily the most fluid Counter-Strike.
No, not at all, but HellRaisers are at least finding a way to get a little bit more out of this half, and a one that's looked really dire for a lot of it. I mean, again, having their money reset twice already possibly could happen again here and now, which would give them nothing in the last round of the half. So they want to have any chance of keeping this close. They need to find this one. Otherwise, it's likely Flipside taking the half 9-6 from T-side, which is more than enough to work with for them, I think. As once more, looks like you do see them just trying to find opportunities here inside the outer bomb site with World Edit. We are going to see some aggression this time from Zero inside the inner halls. But again, Flipside's always been in this holding pattern here in Brown Halls, kind of anticipating this type of thing. So he may not find much, but we'll see.
Is this meta some blue casting? Entry dusting? I'll say yes. Yeah,
I mean, I guess I do talk really fast sometimes, and that's so maybe.
I feel like your accent is quite distinctive, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely sound much different. But
anyway,
talking speed sometimes is similar.
True. Nate's starting to fire out onto the A side. Nothing quite punched in just yet by Flipside. Molly and Flash over by Bondic. The smoke is enough for Bondic to now push in. There's Blade actually, pardon me, but Bondic's going to come big with 2 FAMASes. And now Dead Fox and Sticko are going to hold down the fort from the back of Ivy in the train. Markelov left alive, not for too much longer. And it is a flawless clean sweep round for HellRaisers. That's just what they're looking for, 7-7.
Yeah, they really started to get it going here in these last couple of rounds. They've been avoiding the reset. They've been able to close the gap now. And while this won't be a fantastic half for HellRaisers, all things considered, they've done okay. Like to kind of play themselves back into it after having a really rough time in the middle of the half. Particularly rounds like 3 through, 6 or 7 were definitely a tough time for them. Decent recovery.
Yeah, this could have been a horror show. Instead, it's going to be somewhat even regardless of who wins this round. In terms of firepower, HellRaisers certainly head and shoulders above Flipside, who have already lost Waylander. They still have World Edit and Electronic left alive. 26 kills between the two of them. Pretty solid stuff, as far as they're concerned. Dead Fox with the AWP again. Maybe regaining a bit of confidence after he has picked up 3 kills in the last couple of rounds. And if Dead Fox has a poor half and they still end up coming out ahead in this, and he starts to wake up in the second half, then HellRaisers are very much in this map still.
Indeed. Definitely. I mean, this is definitely one of those halves where, depending on how pistol round goes in the second half, it really is still anyone's for the taking. This map isn't so one-sided when it comes to CT or T that you're going to get crushed. This all depends on your comfort, how deep your playbook is, how well you call the game, form, all those good things. But Dead Fox starting to get that op cracking now. He will take out Electronic. But he's come a long way since he was 0-8.
Markelov bested by Sticko. World Edit and Blade. A sidearm and an assault rifle between the two of them. They do both have Kevlar and they have control of the bomb, but that's pretty much all the positives on the table. Just gone one lower. As World Edit's all that remains with the Tech 9. His position is no, and Bondic will thread the headshot, making it 8-7 at half-time. In HellRaisers' favour, so they are going to pull ahead. But, as he said, it's anybody's match now.
Indeed, should be a good one. Unfortunately, Metis, I must bid you adieu. That's one of the things I have to do, some other obligations, but I'm sure everyone here on the stream will get to enjoy your nice solo casting for the rest of this EU qualifier.
Alright, dude. Thanks
so Godspeed.
Yeah, indeed. Cheers. Yeah, so Dust has to go off to prior commitments. So I'll be taking the rest of it solo. I'll probably be just treating you guys as almost my duo. My co-caster. So I'll be interacting with chat a lot from here on out. Either way, hopefully there's not too much delays in between the half-time and the second half. We had massive delays at the start of this game, by the way, guys. I know a lot of you were a little bit triggered by that. So were we. We're sat here waiting, fingers up our backsides. Never the greatest time, of course. Right, so first things first. This is the first map in the best of 3. As Dust said, it's the EU qualifier, and it's for DreamHack Tour, which is going to be at the start of next month. I think the dates, if memory serves me correctly, are the 6th to the 8th of May, so it's not too far away. And it's a pretty star-studded, packed lineup. The likes of G2 were there, Envious, Navi, Gambit, to name just a few of them. Counter-terrorists win. You get paid in my love sunk CSGO. In my eternal love and gratitude. Who'll win Star Ladder? It's hard to go against Astralis, man. FaZe have got a shot. I mean, there's a bunch of teams that could conceivably win Star Ladder. Anywho, here we go. Second half coming at you. In the first map, if you just joined us, we are going to be playing Train, obviously, and then Mirage. And I believe the third map is Cash. I think. I have memory of a goldfish. Here we go. Fast-paced action. Zero going to be taking point with the Tech 9. Gets the assist alongside Bondik's Glock work, and it is going to afford them a bomb plant in the next few moments, but it's how many kills can Bondik get in the front lines. He ran off by himself. He is going to get a kill. He goes down instantly afterwards. 3-on-2 retake. Dead Fox and Sticko. On the plant is Dead Fox. Had a really poor first half. This is his moment to make amends, perhaps. It's not going to happen for him. Did do significant damage to both the aggressors, and now Sticko's here. Doesn't have a Molotov, and it's all sold. The bomb's not even planted for him had he have had one to just bounce it off the door. So Flipside will get the retake and tie us back up to 8 apiece. And that's going to sting for HellRaisers. What's up, Europlane? Medicine Dust wouldn't be a bad duo looking at your Thorin interview. Yeah, we're trying to make something stick with the duo at the moment, dude. We're seeing how it goes. Dust had to head off as he has prior commitments. So I will take this one solo for the time being. We'll see if we can get someone else in later on. There is another best of 3 after this. Of course, this is semi-finals. The winner of this will go through to the finals. A game that, honestly, when you consider the 8 teams that are taking part in this qualifier stage, I think a lot of people, myself included, would have expected this to actually be the finals. Kind of unfortunate for both teams that'll meet each other in the semis instead. But there is only going to be one winner. There can only be one. Electronic up on the site with the UMP. Isn't really required. He is going to come in for the glory frags at the end, but the main damage had already been inflicted by the rest. And the crossfire was on point. HellRaisers are going to have a buy. AKs and a whole bunch of nades. Well, let's hear your predictions, guys. What do you reckon this score is going to be? I think I'd have to edge with Flipside. They play this map so much. Way more than HellRaisers do. I think I'd go like 16-13. I'll say 16-13 Flipside. What do you guys reckon? The other side of semi-bracket. That's a good question. I don't know because I've been focusing on the games we've been casting. I think that we had a couple of strange results, actually. I think Kinguin got knocked out. I think Trick to beat LDLC as well. Either way, Wayne under the double straight down. It's going to get the bomb dropped out. He dies, but his damage has been done. Worth his weight in gold. Electronic gets Angel, who decides to try and drop on his head. It's an interesting tactic. I see a lot of HellRaisers predictions in chat. Guys, bruh, come on, cuz. Don't just write a score in chat without telling me who it's for. Like, 16-14. Not going to say who I think is going to get the 16 rounds, of course. Brilliant. So the other bracket's Trick versus Encore. Well, there you have it. LDLC and King would have been knocked out then. I'm going to take Tove Boy's word as gospel, so if he's trolled me, then I'm a sad panda. Sticko dead first. This is pistols for HellRaisers. Couple deagles in play. Can always pack quite the punch. $16-0 HellRaisers. Top cack. Oh, Angel's going to keep things interesting and spicy before he goes down 250. Bondik was always going to be battling against the aim punch, and Dead Fox, living up to his name, gets down instantly, drained of any life. 11-8, HellRaisers will have another bye, but their team sides haven't really yielded too much other than a bomb plant in the pistol rounds after they rushed B. Other than that, it's been pretty one-way traffic. Combined in that 3 rounds after the pistol, Flipside have only lost 2 players, so their economy already booming. Electronics got just shy of $9,000. Blades on 7+K. Well, then it's mid-6,000s. They're looking pretty good for money. More chat interaction than Summit. Damn, Rusty. No chill, bro. So I prefer casting solo with someone else. Probably someone else, but they both offer different enjoyments, I guess. Solo casting means I can be very interactive with chat. Casting with someone else is a lot easier, I would say. Oh my goodness, Sticker just got smashed through the floor. 1 health left, dinked. And although he initiated the trade, he comes out certainly worse for wear. Electronic only losing 29 in contrast. Bomb still dropped out towards T-Spawn. 2 players outside of Ivy. That's going to be both Dead Fox and Angel. Now the bomb has been picked up by Sticko, who maybe is going to be the martyr. He'll go in first with the bomb. And if he dies, so be it. He only has 1 health anyway. We'll let it picks off Bondic, making HellRaisers' task that much more difficult. Electronic's still going to be sat in Pop Dog. No reason for him to move at this stage. 30 seconds left. And there's going to be a kill going the way of Flipside once again as Zero's corpse craters into Pop Dog. Angel coming out from Ivy will dispatch of World Edit. 15 seconds now on the board, and the bomb not even close to being planted. Electronic will feel the force of the molly into the AK, and hello, hold on a second. Dead Fox has landed a headshot, and although all HellRaisers collectively have just 16 health, they are still in this round. 3 seconds left, though. And Dead Fox has to tuck his tail between his legs and save the AK. Way closer than Flipside were hoping for. It looked like that would just be knocking off another easy round. Instead, it got a little bit too close for comfort. Couple Galils in play. What does Sticko have? Okay, 3 Galils in total. World Edit's going to have his AWP. Dead Fox is going to eat a love tap from that nade. Just 17 health though. Nothing too terrible. 4 player stack on A. Markov is able to retreat back into connector and play that linchpin sort of role, the sweeper role, if you will. That smoke cordons off the area, but doesn't necessarily help the terrorists either. Maybe hoping that the CTs will put a whole bunch of their utility in play. Electronic this time is going to come out worse well with the trade, but still takes down Bondic. Really should be getting that entry. If HellRaisers want any hope at picking up these rounds, they've got to start getting the opening picks. It's all been the way of Flipside. And it looks like this curse of the T side will continue. HellRaisers have just gone 5 rounds without a win. It looks like it's going to become 6. Unless Dead Fox and Sticko have something special. Sticko is going to take down Electronic from the backside. Catches him completely off guard. Blaine spotted a couple players hopping up and down. The call will come to the rest of his team. And Sticko's going to cheekily fake that bomb. Draws out a player into the open. Well played so far. But there's too many angles for him to cover. There's too many players left. And 13-8 now will be the scoreline with HellRaisers into a half by Tech9's and Kevlar. Always interesting to see someone actually using the CZ as opposed to the Tech9 on the T side. In actual fact, it will be Zero going for the straight up force. He's going to have the Galil. Does give them a power play with full Kevlar, other than Dead Fox, who obviously will be looking to try and get that AWP as soon as possible. If Zero does go down, someone else can pick it up and try and be a pain in the backside. If you really read the chat, say Autobots roll out. Mate, old school Transformers for the win. The movie sucks balls. And, well, hello, this force buy is doing wonders. Waylander is the only player left alive. I look away from the game for 1 second, and Flipside have been pillaged. HellRaisers are losing some players. The casualties of war starting to pile up, but Waylander is only down to 10. He needs to recharge his batteries and come back stronger in the next rounds. Has no interest in even trying to clutch this. It's all exit frags at this point. And HellRaisers don't really have the funds afforded to them to really chase down this kill either. They're on that tipping of the balance and when it comes to their money. So 13-9 is the scoreline. Waylander 22-13 Solid performance. Electronics on 20. World Edit's on 20. Marklov on 15. On HellRaisers, Angel's got 17. Zero 14. Bondic 14. And Sticko on 12. And they're both Dead Fox and Blade with 7 kills apiece. Match paused. Hopefully, it's not going to be for too long. We did have a pretty long technical issue earlier, so this is where you got to start pulling your weight, chat. You're going to be my co-caster. Give me some questions. Give me someone to work off here. Who's casting for us today? Metis. How you doing? AK Budget Anders. AK Scrub. Whatever you want to call me. It's all good. Some guy with a feminine mustache. I mean, I've never been accused of having a feminine mustache before, but I'll take it. How tall are you? I haven't measured myself in a while, Kappa. That sounds so wrong. I think I'm like 6 foot on the dot, about that. UK Anders, that works too. Wenger in or out. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I'm not bothered. Anyway, we're back into the action again. Seems that was a tactical timeout. HellRaisers finally get themselves on the scoreboard for their T side. And Ruben, did you just have a reconnect? Did you have it as well? The banter. It is rife. It's strong. It's beautiful. It's exquisite. I don't know what's happening. But apparently we're moving to dust. We just can't get away from him, it seems. I don't know, man. Let's see. It's just loaded. So randomly it switched to Dark Passage Space Soldiers. So that's interesting. Cool. Cheers. Cheers for that. So anyway, I think maybe it's a good idea if we hit a very small break, Ruben, and find out what the hell's going on. I have some messages to write. Bruh, what's happening? We just got moved to a different game that definitely isn't the one we're supposed to be casting. Okay, it's switching again. Brilliant. Bear with us for a sec, guys. We're as confused as you guys are, trust me. Oh, we're back! We're back. Someone plugged the power cable back in, and apparently it's a 1v1, so we've actually joined at the best part of the round. Sticko could go for the plant. You're welcome, ladies and gents. We cut all the crap. We've just got to the juicy part. Waylander is going to get sprayed, not able to get picked off though. And Sticko does have the HP and the positional advantage with the bomb planted at the backside of the train. Waylander has a kit and a flash. Now this is where it becomes a nightmare. There's so many angles that you have to watch out for on the B side. And Waylander with just 27 health can't afford to make a single mistake. Sticko is just going to hide in the corner. And Waylander, in credit, has sussed this one out, but he makes noise at the end. And that is going to be a rip in pepperoni's moment. The headshot to seal the deal, and the HellRaisers will pick up another one. This does put Flipside on the back foot, and they'll be looking to eco, I would assume. Any production. Bruh, there's nothing we can do about that. I don't know what we can't foresee the server getting changed. That's the first for me though. I've never experienced that before, I'm not gonna lie. Either way, flip side, have P250s, 5.7 Deagle. HellRaisers have a chance at bringing this one back. It was looking so poor for them, and they were 13-8 behind. I thought this probably is going to be a bridge too far. In credit though, they are proving to be a tenacious bunch. Hashtag blame metas. Alright, I'll accept that. I definitely have control over what the IP changes to. Also, Ruben, hit double escape or I'm going to slap that ass. They can't see the health of the ammo, bruh. So, as mentioned, it's just pistols. I'm not really expecting much out of this from Flipside. If we can get any kills, it would be a bonus. If we can save a weapon, even better. And with having a player actually getting fragged from behind in the sense that Blade took his P250 out and landed a bullet square between the eyes, it did give food for thought for HellRaisers. Had to send a couple players back to track onto main. But it is the round the way of HellRaisers, 13-11. Gabe an ass? Oh, we won't be working with Metis anymore. He's an ass. I'm assuming that's the meme you're going for. Looking for the nades up into the bathrooms. Did land on Bondic, who's going to be throwing a nade in retaliation onto Electronic. You saw that bounce off, pinballing off the walls. Not much you could do about it, though. He's already locked in position. And it seems like this eternal struggle between Bondic and Electronic, who've constantly seen each other on the Pop Dog side. I think it's 1-for-1 thus far with the wall bangings. They both got the better of each other one time. Very slow round by HellRaisers. It's got to that part of the map where every round is so vitally important. Every kill is so vitally important for the economy on both teams. .40 seconds to go. And here comes the set play. Bondic throwing over the smoke to the rest of his team. Hot flashing onto ramp, making sure the train is going to be cleared out before they push onto the site. Sticko with the opening pick. That is so astronomically big for HellRaisers. Zero's going to go for a kill for himself. So it is going to be a bomb plant, but a 3-on-3 retake. Deadfox has spotted a pixel and he converts onto World Edit. So the AWPer dead and buried for Flipside. It's going to make their chance that much more arduous, that much more difficult. Blade's been spotted a couple of times. He's been put down very low to 4 health now. He is standing tall though. Fairness and will get the kill onto Deadfox. What is happening here, HellRaisers? How are you letting this slip? That's such a crucial, integral part of the round. But Sticko comes in. He's going to land one, very nearly a second. Blade's going to jump on top of the site, try and tickle it, get Sticko out into the open. Lots of noise between the two players, but unfortunately for Blade, he didn't stick on the site. Pros don't fake. Blade will die. Sticko clutches. Will he save his M4? Yes, he will. And there actually was an AWP, but he gets Glock blocked from CS. No AWP for him. Picked up on the trade. Flipside back into an eco. What's up, Marcus? How you doing? Plug your Twitter. If you do !caster, I think my Twitter pops up there. So it seems we are going to see some aggression, and Sticko is going to come out on top of that one. Kind of fortunate in the sense he didn't get punished though. Zero comes through with a kill. He also is tagged down low. Deadfox definitely has awoken from his slumber. Considering he was 0 for what, 11 I think at one point? Or 0 for 10? He's at 10 and 18, so he definitely has turned things around. And has picked up a fair few impact kills. Hashtag blame Metis. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said the !caster thing, should I? I should have known from experience in Twitch chat it was going to be a spam fest. Mods, you're welcome. What's going on in this game? Timmy, your guess is as good as mine, bro. It's hard to really say. It's been interesting. I'll give it that. Hasn't been the most fluid of CS, hasn't been the best of CS, but it has been close. $13 apiece. So after 6 unanswered rounds, HellRaisers have put up 5 of their own. Going blow for blow with Flipside, refusing to lose, and again, the turnaround has been real. It's looked like the map was going to be away from HellRaisers. It's looked like we're actually thinking about Mirage already. HellRaisers stamp their foot down, and they refuse to go anywhere for the time being. Nades are being exchanged outside, and HellRaisers going for a more aggressive play onto A. But World Edit is standing on the back of the site and is trading shots with the AWP. First one has gone down, but he will get AWP'd from DeadFox. He was looking for a second one, but Blade actually darting back into Ivy as opposing going for that exchange frag. Zero is the next to fall. Sticko round the back. That smoke hadn't quite put him just yet. It's going to cost him his life. Sticko, though, in the meanwhile, you live by the sword, you'll die by it. He gets flanked from the backside. Down he goes. Fox has a couple of opportunities here, maybe to be the hero that HellRaisers desperately require. The trajectory of the Molotov will tell him a little bit of information. He has just over 40 seconds left. And he does have the bomb. Using the ladder to escape for the time being. Right, there's Markelov, the veteran. So the 5-round curse has been answered. And Flipside move one step closer to securing this first map. I think it's safe to say whoever wins this is going to be the firm favourite going through into the finals, as they'll be facing either Tricked or Encore. I mean, no disrespect to Tricked or Encore, but HellRaisers and Flipside certainly are better teams. We shall see, though. Still a lot of Counter-Strike to be played before then and now. Kuluwen, I'm doing good. How are you? How are you doing? DeadFox was boosted up originally, trying to peek out main to see if he can get himself a pick. Nothing was forthcoming. Flipside playing very deep, disciplined Counter-Strike. Up on the boost is Electronic on Connector. They haven't used this position too much so far, so it may not get checked. It would appear, though, from where the bomb is heading, it's going to be a B hit instead. It's going through onto the very murky side of B site, which has been a love-hate relationship for HellRaisers thus far. Now comes the push. Waylander's good for one. Does get traded out, but Sticko takes damage too. So that trade actually in terms of health points does firmly go the way of the CTs. Molotov is also going to land, and out comes Electronic, and his feet were burning off. And DeadFox, if anything, just administered the euthanasia. Good guy DeadFox, but he gets plucked on the cross. For some reason, decides to jump over the smoke, giving World Edit the opportunity to dispatch of him. 15 seconds left. The bomb out in no man's land, but it has been salvaged by Zero. Bomb will be planted. Angel and Zero in a 2-on-3. Blade, World Edit, Markelov on the prowl. And World Edit once again threads the eye of the needle, taking down Zero, giving a huge advantage now to Flipside. This would be a back-breaking loss if they were to allow Angel to come back into this round of clutch 1v3, and he's not going to be given the opportunity. Flipside will take a 15th round. 2 map points.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
HellRaisers will have a solid enough buy going through into the final round. They can afford an AWP if they so choose, but instead they decide to go for full AK-47s. Could suggest a fast play. For the time being, though, it's not going to be anything too quick, too spectacular. Going for a double Ivy play. This is what Flipside did consistently with Electronic on Ivy, and he got a lot of reward for his efforts. Consistent kills into DeadFox, who was here. And for those of you that called the 16-13 prediction to Flipside, you may be about to get some internet cookies. They're not the weird ones. Can HellRaisers hold on? Oh wait, I actually predicted Flipside to win 16-13. I'm such a dribbler. Brilliant. Bondic from behind. Trying to spoil a prediction game. Welded at the backside of the site. He's been here so many times, and Angel is going to sniff that position out. Now it's up to Electronic, can only get the one kill. Intelligently, HellRaisers double peek it. Bomb still ticking. Waylander's been destroyed. His left shoulder remains on the wall behind him as he will scamper off. Sticko's not able to give chase as the Molotov proving to be too much damage to contend with. But this will be HellRaisers taking a 14th round, so we are going to go the distance. We could very well head to overtime. At the very least, we'll be playing all 30 rounds. I thought it'd be close. Did not think it would be this close, though. Why triggered portable? What's up, bro?
Terrorists win.
The 16-13 prediction is dead. Oh, now Flipside, actually, their economy is not looking too good. Got FAMAS, just got dropped off. A couple of FAMASs, actually. What does World let it have? He'd like to have an AWP, but it's actually going to be the M4 instead. The advantage, certainly, in this round in favour of HellRaisers. Mainland has been tagging to throw that smoke instantly as a knee-jerk reaction, making sure it doesn't get rushed down. It's a pretty scary situation to be in, especially if the enemy just goes straight in with AKs. And a full execute follows it. Blade gets picked off. HellRaisers claim first blood in round 30. Also watching behind as no one's in team A. Interestingly enough, of course, it's unlikely that Flipside would go for that kind of a push. A lot of teams in this kind of scenario, though, when you lose that first player, will try and fight fire with fire and play aggro, try and get into a position for some information gathering, especially on maps like Train, where smokes and flashes can cordon off significant areas, and you're desperate for information wherever you can find it. On the flip side, the ballsy players they are, they're not going to bother with any of that. They're going to sit in position, they're going to wait. Just shy of 35 seconds left. 9 players remain on the server in this round. It's soon to be cut down significantly. Casualties of war on the horizon. Bomb's going to get planted. Sticko being the assailant on this time of asking. Molly's connecting. Pyromania has besieged us. And Waylander's going to go down. It's looking great for HellRaisers. World into the 1-on-5. He's picked up the first one. It's so unlikely he's going to clutch this right here. And he actually runs out of bullets. Just to add insult to injury. Just for that spicy tilt. 15-15. I swear I'm like an overtime magnet. Especially when I solo cast. So who said 15-15 in chat? Because you nailed it. Now, the next prediction is who wins the overtime. It's hard to say because both teams have had their moments in the sun. They've both had their momentum go both for and against them. I think I'm going to stick with my gut reaction, which was that Flipside will win this. I say Flipside win this 19-17. Muffin Doom said HellRaisers 1917. That would be one hell of a prediction if that comes out true. You must ask Nicolas Cage. I would if he was here, bro. I'm not a betting man. Sorry, bro. You think quad OT? I hope for my voice that doesn't happen. Because there's another best of 3 to cast after this as well. The other caster die. No, he had prior commitments that I didn't realize until he was here. So basically, he had to run off, leaving me Billy no mates forever alone. But I do have you guys as co-casters, right? So you got my back. Yeah, creatively. So basically, this BO3 is ending, and then after this is the finals. The winner of the finals will qualify for DreamHack Tour. And then later on tonight, there is the American side. Electronic, you are a god. I don't know if you just saw that, it was pretty sexy. They were all stood still, but I don't care. It was nice. Twitchy confirmed. I want Sadikist. Sweet. The world doesn't revolve around you, mate. I would love to have Sadikist here as well, but he's probably doing other things. Say forks, I'm pretty sure that's how the French say it, right? Yo, you're a KO? Cheers, dude. So, Mama Joe, yes, I love you, bro. Of course. Don't do it. I don't get paid anymore for solo casting. I didn't like assassinate all my co-casters so I get paid more money. I'm not that intelligent, to be fair, or ruthless. Come on, dudes. What's this delay all about? We've got games to cast. Hurry up. Bruh. I can't take these delays. We had a mad delay before this game started, by the way. We were sat because the first best of 3 we casted where HellRaisers, sorry, it was Flipside. Flipside against Vegas Squadron, and Flipside wrecked them like 16-7, 16-6 or something mad. And we sat here for like 2.5 hours waiting for the next game to start. So I was ultra tilted. Moses equals #1 caster. Real talk, I think if Moses went full casting as opposed to on the desk, and found a good duo partner, he would be like easily one of my favorite casters. I mean, he is right now, and he's very split between analyst work. I think at the moment he's like hosting EPL, obviously for the ESL Pro League. Moses is a great caster to work with. How many PC screens? I've got 2 monitors. I don't think I could survive without Team 1-uppers, to be honest. Great frag's the best caster. Keck. Here we go. We are live again, finally. Let's see what we have in store for us coming up. Dead Fox. Up in this same position once again. He hasn't got any kills from here, but it does give him a lot of information. You can see past the smoke towards the Ivy side. Also on top of the train. Why is this delay? I have no idea, bro. You need to ask the players. We're waiting for them. Three-two stack, pretty standard stuff. Very slow round by HellRaisers. Still up in box halls and bathroom. Also, Angel is watching the backside in case one of the CTs gets a bit antsy. I mean, it is Flipside. They very rarely would push up round the back. They're not that kind of team. But this also allows Angel to lurk. If they do go for a fast rotation over on the B side, he can get round the back of them and start to look for those frags. And that's exactly what he's starting to do right here, right now. As Blade, the player who was on Ivy originally, has already moved out of position. This is allowing Angel to get himself round. It's a fake anyway. They've drawn out 2 players to the B side, and now only 2 remain on the side. This is a great strat by HellRaisers. It's almost executed flawlessly. Up until the moment, the Blade's got him for 2 kills. He's going to burn heavily. Is forced to turn around and run away back into connectors, allow the bomb plant to come in. Angel waiting for the connector push. Oh, but Wadelander is going to get the upper hand onto Dead Fox. It looks so great to start off, but it's gone horribly wrong as Angel's struggling to control his spray. Now he's the 1-on-2. Markloff's going to be coming around the corner, but so is Blade. Blade's going to go down first. They don't peek him at the same time. And now Angel's going to be faking the flash, but Markloff has it. Flipside will take the first round in overtime, right down to the wire. And I thought HellRaiser's sick fake was going to work out, but Blade's 2 kills from connector may very well have been a difference maker. Do you see exactly what we see? I'm on the server, so I can spectate different plays if I want to, but typically I'll just stick with auto direct because I think that's what the production is using. And so I want to cast in the same stuff that you guys see on the screen, otherwise it's going to seem kind of jarring, right? I'm not sure if that makes sense. Wait, sorry, what do you say? Oh, you're not auto direct. Alright, rip. Are you tired yet, Vince? Mate, I was tired before I even started casting. Angel is going to claim the first kill of the round, and once again, it's going to be aggressive. This time it's an all-out A hit. 2 players stuck in Pop Dog as a result of the smoke. And what's happening here then? Waylander's behind them, only gets the 1 kill onto 0. Probably should have got 2 of them in that case. Angel from the backside onto Markloff, leaving Wall Dead at 1-on-3. First kill's going to go his way. HellRaisers, you cannot let this round slip. You just can't do it. Wall Dead's going to get a second onto Angel. And Wall Dead will miss his opportunity to get the hat-trick onto Dead Fox. That's going to draw up this round a little bit longer. Dead Fox will have the drop, but Wall Dead is getting tagged up because they're going to heaven. Actually fakes it. Dead Fox will come back into looking and peeking and seeing if he can find a pixel which he can aggress onto. But in the meanwhile, Will Dead is very much doing the same thing. He spots Dead Fox a couple of times. He does go for the shot. Maybe a little bit rushed, and Dead Fox is playing the time perfectly now. This smoke is going to draw him out into the open, but there's not even enough time for Will Dead if he wanted to. This round is going to go the way of HellRaisers. And Dead Fox will reap. Will Dead just add insult to injury. 16 to 16. Will Dead, that would have been one hell of a clutch. Not quite today, though. I've casted with Semler before. We casted at... I mean, I've casted them a bunch of times, but we casted together as a duo for DreamHack Winter, I believe it was. Yeah, Winter, last year. On your head, son. Markov heads that nade away. Only does 30 damage, though. Just CS nade things. Other than that, early nades to the face of Markov, not much else has really happened. Only a P250 for Blade, though. It has been a consistent theme. Flipside have lost a whole bunch of players in this overtime. Even when they defused in the first round, it was only with one player left alive. Easy pickings for Angel. Waylander goes walkies. He does get punished. And this goes back to what I was talking about before. When you lose a player, when you have such low funds and low armory to play with, and a small arsenal, some teams feel pressured to go looking for the information. They can't really afford to sit back and wait. They don't have the utility to fend off the pushes or to retake with. That's pretty much exactly where Flipside find themselves right here, right now. Unfortunately, though, going for that scouting mission cost them dearly. Electronic is going to come out ahead in that trade. Nadeland fires. B catches it in his pocket, and Zero will return the favour. B is now ripe for the taking. Well, that it's there with the AWP, but he's actually on the catwalk side of B. The bomb is going to get planted. We'll let it on the prowl for some kills. Lightning fast reactions. He is going to put down Dead Fox, who was out in the open somewhat there, wasn't seemingly cautious of his flank side. Molotov is going to do negligible damage as Blade's going to just charge straight through. Flipside with a very poor buy. One to contend with from the backside. It's a 2-on-1 though. Zero is getting tagged up from the right hand side, lands the frag and goes to pre-fire, but it's going to be Blade who comes out ahead. And Flipside, with a very poor buy in the final round of overtime, are going to take it. HellRaisers let that opportunity go by. 17-16, Flipside in the driver's seats. More delays from us, please. Bruh. Kegan, I will find you. No kappa. Well, maybe a little bit of kappa. Am I from the southeast of England? Nah, bro. Northeast. Alright, let's do this, guys. Ready up, please. Hey, I'm trying to save my voice because I got another best of 3 after this. How do I say bath and fast? There you go. I played with you on Facebook before when you were streaming. I'm the only hope. Hopefully I was not as trash as usual. You do your best Irish accent. Your master, he's way man. I actually play with a guy from Northern Ireland, and I have family that are from Ireland as well. I don't know about me though, because Bonding Electronic have started this round and the second half of overtime with a bang. 5 players have fallen in the space of almost as many seconds. Zero and Deadfox are left alive. Now bringing us back to equality to 2-on-2. It's the tag team duos of Zero and Deadfox up against Markelov and Blade. Bomb in hands of Blade. You're going to go for that bomb plant.
Bomb has been planted.
Molly onto the site, but Blade is going to land a headshot nonetheless, and there's another one. Nicely done by Blade, who seems to have woken up in this overtime. That's been one of the main striving for players, and, well, not like this HLTV. In fact, it's not even HLTV, what am I talking about? GoTV. may have told you everything you needed to know. Unless it was just a coincidental lag spike. Either way, let's just continue on like we hadn't seen it. Flipside, in a driver's seat anyway in terms of the rounds that they have picked up. It's their choice of map, a map that you expect them to take against HellRaisers. It has been laboured. At one stage it was 13-8 by the way, and HellRaisers were looking dead and buried, and they made a comeback. This could be too far an order, too tall an ask. Pulling up with 4 players in box halls. It'll be Angel and Zero to face off against them on the site for the time being. They have done a really solid job in regulation and indeed overtime are holding down this side against 3 or 4 adversaries at the same time. But 2 players have already gone through in the smoke, and you can see from Angel's perspective, he has no idea what's happening. The bomb has now been dropped though. They still don't realise there's players in the smoke. Electronic and Wayland are both come through with kills. Wayland with the second one. Now Sticko and Deadfox. They are in a horrible position. At the back of the site, they're being tagged down very low, in Sticko's case, to just 8. And now he is the last remaining CT. Not for too much longer, will it? It will put him to rest. And Flipside take the first map 19-16. Just about hold on. They will claim a 1-0 lead. Again, this is a best of 3, and we're heading to Mirage next. The semi-finals of the EU qualifiers for Tour will continue after this short break, guys. We'll be right back.